Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing Superfly's newest single, Bloom. Before we get started, I want to remind you that this is simply my opinion on the single, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Superfly is making her official comeback almost a year and a half since her last single, 99, was released, and to say that I've been waiting for this one to come out is an understatement. I genuinely missed her music, and even though she had good reasons to be on a break, I still felt like no music from her was a little bit sad. But now she's back on top and we have this new single called Bloom. What I like most about Superfly is that during interviews she's very candid about her working process, and reading interviews about how a song is created and just her thinking process is always a great insight. And for this single as well, there has been some interviews out there, and especially when it comes to the main song of this single, Bloom, it was actually created back in 2015 and was intended to be on Superfly's last original album, White, that came out that year, but instead it ended up being pushed back for later. And it took 3 years to finally hear the song, and right from the start you can tell it represents a new beginning for Superfly. The song is made to be played with an orchestra, and it carries a softness within itself that feels quite warm, if not a little cheesy at times. But the bridge of the song isn't without reminding us of previous Superfly songs, especially from her debut, with a shift of tone for a few seconds while also maintaining a very warm and hopeful message. She herself described the song as a love song that you can either see as what it is, a love song, or also a love song to thank the fans who have been supporting her. And I can't deny that even if I don't adore this song, it still warms my heart that she would create a song like that. Fall is the second song of this single, and this time it's a change of music style for Superfly, which has happened before on some songs, and it's nice to see that she still continues to challenge herself as a songwriter and try things differently. And especially on Fall, it is a jazz song and there's a little bit of a swing hint in there, and if you like jazz, I think this might be your thing. Personally, jazz is not a music style that I like a lot. I do appreciate it from time to time, but I'm not overly crazy about it. And so for this song, I appreciate the effort on Shiho's hand to try something new, and she actually composed and wrote the lyrics for this one, and the lyrics are very interesting as well, because the song is about adultery and a man cheating on a woman, and it is written on the woman's perspective, and so she uses some very interesting words and almost represents herself as a demon because of that. So it's quite interesting in the song itself, but just the music style doesn't quite work for me. Now, the third song of this single is one that I've been waiting for months to hear. Unison was used as part of the new season of the Japanese TV show Dr. X Gekai Daemon Michiko, and this show is huge in Japan, and it has used a Superfly song each season, so we got 5 songs overall. Now, Unison wasn't used that much during the drama, but I remember it very clearly, and even if it was just a snippet of it, I was always waiting for the full version because it was very appealing right from the start. And now that I can hear it in full, what an amazing song. It was composed by Tomoya from Heaven Stamp, and you guys know me, and you guys know how much I love Heaven Stamp and their work. And they've worked with Superfly before, especially on her last album as well. And I gotta say, his talent as a composer this time again just doesn't disappoint. This song is the highlight of the new single, and what a incredibly emotional and beautiful ballad. The more I think about it and the more I listen to it, I feel like it might actually end up being one of my favorite ballads from Superfly. There's this very common theme in Tomoya's composition where there's a very strong melancholic melody and a powerful chorus. And of course, Superfly here delivers on the vocals, especially during the bridge. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's surprising, unexpected, and just perfect for the song. The fourth song of this single is actually a reworked orchestral version of Force. Force was used back in 2012 on the first season of Dr. X, and the original version is a very rock song. So hearing it now with an orchestra instead of the guitars, it really made me realize that the song doesn't lose its energy or its message. Instead, with an orchestra, it really elevates it and gives us another taste of what the song is capable of, and it really stays an amazing song. Finally, the second CD coming with this single is the CD live version of the concert that happened back in November 2017, and I had the chance to be able to watch this concert, and it was basically all of Superfly's most famous songs, but they were reworked with an orchestra, so all of them were just reworked in a way that made them feel very organic almost, and it did lose some of the rock aspect of them, but I gotta say with an orchestra on them, it really added something to it. And this CD is also on Spotify if you want to check it out, so you don't need to buy a physical copy of the single to actually get to it, and I highly recommend it. Listening to it if you haven't watched the concert, because it really is something else, and it really gets you into the maybe discovering Superfly's music or rediscovering it like I did. Overall, this single at first felt a little too much on the uncharted territory side of Superfly's discography, and I was thrown a bit off balance by it, but after getting used to it and appreciating the fact that over 10 years later, Superfly continues to not only challenge herself, but provide songs where she pours her heart in them, it's hard not to slowly grow into really liking these songs, and that is why I give this single 4 stars. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to tell me what you think of the single down below, and I'll see you next time.